Hello, and welcome to another episode of the 3-Day Workweeks podcast. This is a much requested episode. We're going to be talking about bookkeeping, fun stuff, but I promise we can make it more fun. So welcome back to the podcast. I'm Kate. I am a systems and efficiency expert. I am obsessed with getting entrepreneurs to those 3-day work weeks and enjoying your free time again, because that was the whole point of starting your business in the first place, was to have a life that you design and that you love and that you're excited to wake up every day, and you have the option of working. You are not obligated to work 24/7 and be a slave to your business. So let's get into bookkeeping, because it is a necessary part of running a business. Whether you like it or not, you got to pay taxes. Otherwise, the government will come for you. Early on in my business, I knew that something I needed to outsource pretty much immediately was bookkeeping. I am not really great with numbers, and I'm working on being better. I don't want to say that for the rest of my life I will not be good with numbers, because that is not factually true. It's just not my super strong point. And I knew that I did not want to have on my plate bookkeeping. Now, the longer that you are in business, the more if you're listening to this podcast, you've already started to realize you need to take more things off of your plate, especially things that growing the business in a way that is unique to you, because a lot of people can do accounting and bookkeeping, but there are not a lot of people who can bring that special sauce to the business like you can, because it's your business and it's your baby and you have the vision. So outsourcing bookkeeping, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Even if you are just starting, honestly, I don't think many of you that are listening to this podcast are just starting, but just do it as soon as possible, because it's not a good use of your time. It's not a good use of your energy. Even if you can do it and numbers are your thing, maybe you're even an accountant, or you've done bookkeeping as a profession. In that case, if it's like that easy for you, maybe do it. But growing your business, if you don't, I just wouldn't say that that's a good use of your time. So I'll tell you a little bit about my journey with bookkeeping. Y'all asked for this episode. I would have never thought anyone would want to talk about this, but when I started with a CPA and they used QuickBooks. And so using those two things, I was honestly frustrated. I was like, why am I paying for this? Why am I paying a person and the QuickBooks subscription where I'm sitting here having to do like hours of work every month to make sure all the statements are uploaded and that everything's where it needs to be. I'm like categorizing stuff, even though I was paying for some of that. And I just wasn't thrilled with the process. It was something I dreaded, and it just wasn't very streamlined. You guys know that I'm all about efficiency. And so I came to my CPA and I said, hey, can we make this more efficient? Is there any way that we can make this more efficient and an easier process? So she started to look into ways that we could do that. And we did some things, we used some tools, but it was really like patching things together with masking tape. And the connections would break. And when it comes to bookkeeping, banking, your payroll processors, your credit card processing, all those things, they need a lot of security, and they often will disconnect themselves for security's sake. But that becomes a major pain for you because you got to go and reset it. And so like I was always getting texts from my CPA like, hey, I'm logging in here. Can I have the verification code? Or can you go in and reset your password? Or we logged in too many times and it like forced a password reset. Oh my gosh. So annoying. It was so annoying. Like, why am I paying for these services when I still have to do this all the time? I kind of got to a point where I was like, this is not making sense anymore. And one of my coaches and mentors told me about this service called Bench, which was this bookkeeping, whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'll check it out and I'll see, because my contract was coming up with my CPA. And so I looked into this, and it is like the coolest tool ever. Because a little background, I have multiple businesses and multiple streams of income. So what really attracted me to Bench were two major things, and then I'll tell you some other details about it. But one, you have a team of bookkeepers, and they are humans. They actually, part of this is that they actually respond to you so quickly because there's an entire team. Bench is an entire company organization. They are nationwide, and I'm not positive if they're in Canada, but they might be, because I know I have some Canadian listeners. I know I have Australian listeners, and I am going to apologize in advance. I don't think that they can work in Australia, but Canada, it's a possibility. That was something that was really attractive to me, that it was a team of bookkeepers, because I hated categorizing stuff, and just knowing that there was an entire team of people that I could always get an answer to something really quickly. At least that's like what they claimed. I was like, all right, that's attractive. And then the second part of it was that they are really a tech company in a lot of ways. So they sync with your credit card, with PayPal, with Stripe, with Square, with, if you do anything through Venmo, they'll also, they can't pull those automatically, but it's super easy to just download that and give it to them. It syncs with your bank. Also, payroll processor, which I use Gusto, and I love it. It's so easy because they have a partnership. Bench and Gusto have a partnership, so they are integrated into each other. So when you sign up for one through the other, you'll see that it's connected. You'll see the logos on each side, and that makes it super easy, so that taxes are just a breeze. So easy. I love it. So those were the two big things for me, was the team of bookkeepers, and then that they automatically pulled stuff. Now, I have only once in 2 years had to reconnect an account. Maybe twice I had to reconnect an account, and that was just because a password changed. But it's been so easy. What I love is that because there's an entire team of people, they don't get bogged down by like busy season. They're fully prepared for that, and they can go through and they categorize all of your transactions. You can actually have conversations with them that's built into your monthly payment with them, that you can get on the phone with them, you can talk to them, you can say, hey, here's what's going on, here's what's coming down the pipeline. Like when we added like an income source, I wanted to make sure that was categorized in that way. And then like we started to do a lot more affiliate partnerships. And so I wanted to give them a heads up and said, hey, you're going to see a lot of PayPal transactions of where we're paying our affiliate partners. And that's what that is. So now they don't have to even ask me questions. Like I would say from each month, there's maybe 2 transactions that I have to categorize, and I'm never surprised at what I'm categorizing. Makes sense that they would need my help with that. So that's been really cool. And then they also offer a tax planning and filing service, and it's awesome. It's really nice because they already have all your stuff, everything's in there, and they put it all together in a nice package. Again, there are not only the human that you're assigned to as your bookkeeper, but you also get access to their whole team. My guy was out on vacation and he let me know, hey, I'm going on vacation, but we have people here for you. And I wrote back and was like, have a good vacation. And they wrote back, and it was another person on the team, and they were like, hey, we're here for you, whatever you need. And so same with tax planning, that they are an entire team and they put you with one person. You can get on the phone with them and ask them questions. Even I have what I would consider a pretty complex tax situation because of the different businesses that I have and the different nature of the businesses that I have, and they handled it beautifully. If you need an extension, they can help you file the extension. If you need payment plans, they can help you with the tax payment plans. It's so easy. It's incredible. And for what they do, I think the service is very affordable. They just changed their pricing a bit, and I do have a code for you guys, a special link that if you sign up with the link for Bench, you will get, I'm pretty sure it's a month free. Let me double check, because they have a really good affiliate program. Yeah. Bench, you get a month of free bookkeeping, which is really cool. So they'll clean up the previous month's bookkeeping, and you can see how they do and if you like it and if you want to continue working with them. But they also, because they are a tech platform in so many ways, they have a really great dashboard where you can visualize run the numbers. You can see where you're at. They have a tab that's called Pulse. You can see where your bank accounts are, where your credit cards are, how much you've got incoming, outgoing, your major expenses, all those fun things. So you can plan strategically. For me, it's so much easier when I can see it I can't just looking at a spreadsheet is all right, that's nice. But when you can put it into a graph and into something that is more digestible, I can make better business decisions based on what I see. They also have an app on your phone that's super easy to use, and they're just really responsive, which is what I love about it. So not the sexiest topic, but they make it fun, and I actually like logging on and being like, ooh, what's going on in there? And QuickBooks to me was just so clunky. It's bizarre. To me, honestly, it's bizarre that QuickBooks has not caught up with the times. They have their contingent, and they know that they have customers that probably won't ever change, but I don't know. It's not efficient. It was not intuitive to me. It's so easy for me to use Bench, and it just makes my life so much easier. The time that I spend on bookkeeping, 5 minutes a month, maybe. I barely do anything, which is amazing for me. I love that. So that I can be tracking other things like sales and working with my team, using the information that they give me to create strategic planning, seeing our growth, seeing what revenue sources are doing the best for us and where we need to pour into more, where we need to pull back as far as expenses, all those fun things. So I love it. It makes life easier. Never thought I'd say that about bookkeeping, but y'all asked for it, and here it is. So if you have questions about it, shoot me an email, hello@katewaldoandco.com, and we'll make sure to link everything in the show notes for you so you have that discount code. And I'll also link Gusto, the payroll company that I use, because that's super easy and it all is married together. So that's all I got for you today. If you have any questions, again, just email me. And if you want to know more about how you can marry all these systems together and have a really beautifully streamlined business that you only have to work 3 days a week, check out Smarter Not Harder, our signature program for 3-day work weeks for millennial entrepreneurs. That is also linked in the show notes, or you can go to katewaldoandco.com/smarternotharder. All right, that's all I got for you today. Talk to you soon.